Welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host, Alex Millage. Join with me in person, as always, is Will Lopez.
What's up, guys?
And join with us for this very special episode here behind the camera is Kippax.
Yes, sir.
Kippax, say hello for the world.
The prodigal son is here. Your mic's over there, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm here, baby.
Yeah. He made his way back from the Mandalay Bay.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's to be said about today's game? It's a loss against Arsenal, second in a row, and it's a pretty disappointing loss considering how things went.
Yeah.
Will, what was your reaction to the game?
Oh, man. We lost control, brother. We lost control of the game. Arsenal never changed the gear, but we did. And I don't know if you noticed that we just finished watching the game. Oh my God, dude! And our own gift of almost a goal was our own curse in the second half, off of a fucking deflection, dude.
I mean, if you actually think about it, considering all things, we could have been playing with 10 men from the 29th minute throughout the whole game. We got away with murder. I would say that should have been a red card, and everyone knew it. But somehow, the call just went our way, and we were able to keep a level game going. But we could have been playing with 10 men from the 29th minute, and it could have been a different scoreline than what it was. And once again, Arsenal getting another deflection goal. Just like what we saw in the Community Shield at the beginning of this year. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely.
So, Will, Kippax, what are your thoughts on the game?
I was disappointed that the substitutions, I don't think you guys should have mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
They should have took out Bernardo Silva, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys who they should have subbed in for. They look lackluster the whole time. They just look like they just, I don't know, jet lag, and it's not even far travel.
Yeah.
And on to the next one.
Couldn't have said it better, dog.
You sound like an American sports fan. On to the next one. we forget about this one. On the next, I'm already on to the next game. I'm already on the next game.
Generic
what do you sound like an NFL head coach right there? So there's a lot of things that could be said about this, and I think we're seeing again Pep tinkering with the lineup, and getting the wrong result. So like we're just watching the game and reflecting on it. Like it just made me reflect on last year. Like I had never had this complaint about Pep last year.
Yeah,
Pep always played the right lineup last year. I didn't have any questions. The season before that, I had many questions about his lineup, but this game. This last year, never had a question about his lineup. He always played the right lineup. He always played the lineup that should have been played. But this time around, I'm just wondering, Silva subbing off Alvarez for Doku, what are you doing? Alvarez has been our goal scorer since that Haaland has had his fallen into a difficulty. Kevin De Bruyne is out, but Alvarez has been getting our most goals and assists in this last game. I just don't understand why he subs him off at that point in the game when probably Alvarez was our best chance to get a goal.
Yeah, no, it's true. While you were gone, while you went to go get lunch after the game, who's the player you usually want to interview? With the boys and everything. You want to interview the best performance of the game, right?
Yeah.
You know who they interviewed? Bernardo Silva. Why?
The most winded fool on the pitch. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of like adding insult to injury, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, why? Fucking give Rico Lewis some camera time. Today was a big moment for him to start, and it was a big game against Arsenal and stuff, and he did fairly well. Why are you going to interview Bernardo Silva? You know what I mean? Why? Julian Alvarez could have had more to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
for this, we are just coming off our first live stream. We live streamed this match on Instagram Live.
Yes, sir.
And this will be shortly to YouTube. We recorded it also through Zoom. It was a pleasure doing this, but at the same time, it was also disappointment to see a loss.
Yeah.
And the fact also too is that we were unable to do our episode before this game to preview this game. Which is a first for us because last year we were so on the ball with every episode, just schedules got in the way and things happening. You know, we do have social lives and whatnot, so we are popular people here on this podcast. So we have things to do, right?
Yeah.
And we couldn't get this episode off in time, but it's good to be with you here with you guys. I'll say that first. You know what I'm saying?
Cheers.
Will finally got his jersey.
Yeah.
Right here. The Comma Football Boutique unique jersey, treble jersey, flexing on the homies, right? And well, you know, it's been in my closet for so long, and I was admiring it. Like when I first got it in hand, I was like, damn, why did I not buy myself that jersey? It has a Champions League patch, has an FA Cup patch, and it has the Premier League champions on the back with the gold lettering. You can't really see it.
You can't see it. Yeah.
But you know, I was like, damn, I should have bought myself one.
Says triple winners, October 6th, 2023, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
And all thanks to oh my God, this came around, dude.
It did.
You thought Arsenal wasn't gonna make it to the top 4,
and here we
are. They did. And I get the jersey. We play Arsenal. We fucking lose.
Who would have thought? Who would have?
Maybe it's cursed.
It is cursed.
Like he said.
Oh no.
We're 0-1 meeting in person.
Yeah.
This is not good.
We started with a loss on our first fucking
a live stream, and so it's like we should just go back to just watching the games and talking about it on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the name of this? What is the name of this podcast? The title?
Oh, Hollywood Kippax.
No.
Hollywood Losers. What? You
Oh, what? Jump this guy.
It was that one song by Stain.
Talk on the mic, man.
It's been a while.
Oh, stupid.
It's pretty strong. That's why.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since we've been in third place. Because we are in third place right now, and you know, oh man, we're in the trenches now, in third place. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna Spurs at the top of the league. Arsenal's above us now, and then now we're in a lowly third place.
But no, we're not in shambles though.
When it's okay, I think all jokes aside, this is absolutely not a shambles. This is not a shambles. No one should be panicking. This is what, week 6, week 7 of the Premier League season.
Yes, sir.
We should not be panicking. No one should be panicking at this point in the season. Maybe it's something that we're not used to because we came off the treble season and we have been doing well for so long. But now that we're in third place and it's still like week 7, this is a pretty comfortable way of making mistakes, right? It's the beginning of the season where third place and week 7, you know what I mean? If we were like in like maybe early to mid-April, I think this would be a different situation, but obviously we're not, right? We're in the beginning of October. So this is not a panic situation. It is disappointing to see Arsenal were our title rivals last season. Our little brothers, so to speak.
Yeah.
And, we're third place. We're sitting behind both North London teams, Spurs and Arsenal. So let's get into it, right? So highlights of the first match, right? The first half of this game, right?
Yeah.
So I would say pretty even-handed. City had their shots on goal. Arsenal had their shots on goal, but I would say the most notable highlight from us in the first half is Ake missing the sitter. If I might say, I asked, would you call that a sitter? And Will over here says yes, it was a sitter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that was our best chance at scoring a goal this game, and we didn't put it away. Ake is used to scoring goals with his head, not his feet. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a header in the second half.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For the other team.
That's right.
Yeah, for the other team.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing to see that. And then in the second half, I think Arsenal was way more positive. They had way more opportunities. And then they obviously got the deflection goal, which is just the worst way to score. You know what I mean? It's just like, they took a shot, it deflected off a defender trying to make a good effort on that ball, and it goes in the back of the net. And then they celebrate like they won the Premier League. Yeah. And then we go down 1-0. The game ends 1-0. So, Will, what else stood out to you in this game?
All right. This is the one that's a controversial fucking moment that all of us were like, why wasn't there an advantage for Rico Lewis getting fucking fouled, him getting back up and finishing the play? How the hell is there no fucking goddamn...
Yeah.
Where's the advantage? He popped right back up.
We didn't have the audio for the game, so they probably explained why.
Yeah. But how do you not give advantage? I've seen worse things happen where the guy gets back up and finishes it. You clearly see the ref going, which means play on. You know what I mean?
You think they discontinued it because
of what?
Manos?
No, they gave us a set piece right there. They gave us a set piece opportunity right there. You know, and who was the shot? Who shot it? Or what the hell did we even do? Because I did not see Julian Alvarez behind that set piece, which you were like,
it was a
what
free
the fuck,
kick.
dude?
Yeah.
It was a free kick.
You know what I mean? That's such a fucking shitty ass
Oh
call.
yeah, now I remember it. Is that why did Foden take it? Which is Foden is not necessarily a bad choice to take the free kick, but my choice always is Alvarez because that's how we've scored most of our goals this season is on Alvarez set pieces.
The past 3 weeks he's been successful.
Yeah.
90% on fucking set pieces and shots.
Shit.
And what we do, we give Phil Foden. We love Phil Foden. But
Yeah.
that's not the guy to fucking take that opportunity, and that's not the guy to sub off the pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We shot ourselves in the leg.
Yeah, I mean, going back to how Pep lined this game up, it didn't necessarily start off as a bad lineup. You know what I mean? It was a lineup that made sense initially, but looking at how bum of a game Silva had, he should have been subbed off. It should not have been Alvarez that got subbed off.
No.
Alvarez is the one that's been scoring us the goals this season in these 7 weeks that we've been playing.
Yes, sir.
So he subbing Silva he looked winded. He looked really tired. He was just kind of like going between. He looked like he was going through the motions. He just did not look himself, and he should have been subbed off. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things. You know, where was Grealish? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he's conspicuously absent. You know, it's just like this game leaves you like with like, okay, why did he not play these players and why did he make these choices? And it's like this has been a rare spot that we've had. You know, this feels like the 21-22 season, not the 22-23 season when it seemed like Pep got all of the right lineups right.
Yeah.
This game, it's just like, why are we playing it? Why are we playing it like this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
I don't know. Like I said, we shot ourselves in the leg. We made all the mistakes. Aka didn't finish. And I swear to God that we were saved when he put in Jeremy Doku and Mateus Nunez.
Yeah.
I was like, here comes the men in black. You know what I mean? They're here to save us, dude. And
Phil Foden.
Foden started.
Foden started, but it just wasn't.
You know, and like we've been talking on this podcast that Mateus Nunez and Doku is the new pairing.
Dynamic
the
duo.
The new link-up pair.
Yeah.
Right? Like we have Walker and Foden on the right-hand side in that right-hand channel.
Yep.
And then we have Mateus Nunez and Doku that have been a great pairing when Nunez plays back more, like in a Rodri role.
Yeah.
And then but that wasn't there on the pitch, right? That's not what we saw on the pitch, right? And this Arsenal team was not exceptional. They were without Saka.
Yeah.
They subbed on Martinelli late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So why were we not able to get a goal in the first half is, beyond me. And also like second half City, I was talking about in the live stream. I was saying it like multiple times to will it into being, but it turns out that there was no second half City to be found. There's no second half heroics to be found.
Yeah.
So this game was definitely out of character for City. And I think there was the primary reason was just Pep got this lineup wrong, and also got the substitution wrong. So and this is what we see in a deflection goal, just a deflection goal.
Those are the worst, dude.
Just like the Community Shield, and then you just see the Arsenal support fan base just celebrating like they just won a title of sorts, right? And it's just like. And this is our second loss in 2 weeks. We did not cover the Wolves game in this, we lost the Wolves, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't cover the Wolves game. We could maybe talk about the Wolves game if you want to have anything to say about that.
No thanks, man.
Well, we unfortunately we did drop an episode.
Yes.
We dropped an episode. We didn't release an episode this week, so I would like to touch on it a little bit. But
yeah,
my word, that was the worst defensive display we've had in a very, very long time, if I can remember.
Well, at least we scored that game on ourselves.
For real.
Jesus.
But come on, man. Ake getting beat on the wing like that is just like, I thought that was thought to be impossible.
Those are 3 really bad errors, dude.
Yeah.
In 2 games.
Diaz, own goal.
Yeah, that's
the same sentence. Diaz scoring an own goal.
unheard of.
Unheard of. That reserve that stuff for, like, Harry Maguire, but not my man Ruben Diaz.
Oh man, don't
You know what I
even
mean?
compare those guys.
Yeah, but here I am because of
yeah.
that defensive display, right? Like,
Yeah.
here I am comparing those two people in the same.
We can also do it.
We can also, yeah. I mean, like, come on, man. I typically play right back on Sunday League, so you know, so you don't catch me. I'm like Kyle Walker.
And you did give Rochdale a fucking title, dude.
I did give Rochelle a title. Take
Shut
a
up.
sip for that.
Take a sip for that one.
Salud.
But
Yeah.
but like, but I mean, like, Wolves is a quality team. If we had to lose to a team, I guess I would lose the Wolves. You know, I don't count Wolves down for a bit. I do respect them and, you know, they're the team itself. But like, you know, but also one thing too, we've been playing with a lot of injuries. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a full capacity Man City. Kevin De Bruyne's going to be out indefinitely. We had a lot of injuries from you know, up to now. So this is kind of almost to be expected. I mean, we were here on the podcast giving very optimistic things. Like, I mean, my prediction's gone. I mean, my prediction of, like, are we going to beat the Centurion record?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is gone.
And the score record too.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, that instantly blew up in my face.
Yeah.
But I'll do it for clout.
That
you know
same
what I mean?
week.
I'll do it for clout. I'll say
In
dumb.
in the same week too.
Yeah.
I'll say dumb shit for clout. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but now it's like, okay, we are still in everything. There's nothing to panic about. But the thing is, though, is that this is going to be a clinical run for the title. We have two great teams to play now. It's not just Arsenal. It's now Spurs.
Wow.
And everyone here knows that Spurs away is Man City's kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? We don't win away at Spurs. We haven't scored a goal away at Spurs.
Really?
Yes. So that's a statistic that's staring us down in the face, and we don't play the Spurs until, like, December now. But, like, you know, we have probably about 3 or 4 teams in this race now. So this is not just like 2-team race. You know what I mean? It's a 3-4 team race. Liverpool's also looking good, so I don't count them out of it as well. But
Yeah.
Spurs, you know, are looking serious, and they sit atop of the league now. So what else did you take away from that Wolves game, Will?
Just the same lineup. I mean, it wasn't the same lineup. It was way different, but it is just no intensity in trying to win when we're behind. You know what I mean? It's like, what happened? Did we lose the magic over the week, this month? Like, what are we doing, dude? What are we doing? Whose fault is it? It's going so bad that we don't even know who to blame.
I mean, even saying it like that, is a little bit hyperbole. I mean, all right, we have injuries.
Yes.
It is injuries.
Uh-huh.
You know, and Pep getting this lineup wrong this game. There is some it's kind of, some of it is, a lot of it is out of our hands. Some of it is, I would say this game definitely is, but a lot of things are out of our hands. Injuries have been plaguing us for the last 3 to 4 weeks. Stones got subbed on late in this Arsenal game, so, you know, like, we tried to make something happen, and we put on Stones, who's been injured for a long time. You know, so we tried doing something, but it just didn't work out. So I wouldn't say it's like kind of like the sky's falling, but, you know, dropping 2 games is out of norm for City, I would say.
Yeah.
And in this Premier League race demands perfection. Hopefully it's not it doesn't instigate a full-on slide and further loss, because looking ahead to next week, we play Brighton, which we'll be previewing on this podcast. But Brighton is a difficult team. They are playing great football, and they're a quality side, so we have to figure something out from now and then.
Yep. No, I mean, dog. Oh my God! Imagine this squad would have played the Champions League this week. This squad, the one we had today.
Okay.
It shows you that Arsenal's gonna get further away in the Champions League than us.
You think so?
I think so. Come on, dog. How do we shit the bed this bad against our foes in our own league?
I mean, we're still in the group stage, and I don't think we have an exceptionally hard group. I don't necessarily think that we would get. It's like it is the sky's falling on that end, but, like, we can't have these kind of performances in the Champions League.
We might not last out of the top 8 if we perform this way continuously. Come on.
I
Come on.
don't think I'll go as far as say as that.
We need to shape it up.
I would say we need to be the healthiest squad we can be without De Bruyne. I think that is what I'll say. De Bruyne definitely changes our side from what it was last season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we had him for all the campaign up until the Champions League final.
Yeah.
And then or during the Champions League final. But like I don't say I'm not panicking right now. I'm not going to hit the panic button. I'm not going to make a statement saying that Arsenal's going to get further than us than in the Champions League. But I would say
said they wouldn't make top 4
last year.
Yeah, man.
And I've shaped up. I've done the work. I've held myself accountable.
They look stronger this year.
No, I don't say that.
We're in third place.
We're in third place right now.
And they're in first.
No, they're in second place.
Oh, they're in second?
Spurs is in first.
Okay.
So
Yeah, second.
yeah. So Arsenal's drawn like 2 games this year.
And I'm not shitting on us. I'm just being a fucking realistic soccer fan. I'm a City fan too. But god damn it, dude, we got to do something, bro. We got to figure out who's going to do what and whose responsibilities are going to be what. Because from what I know is our midfielder should be Julian Alvarez on the top.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I think we've actually done a perfectly good job until like last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were perfect up until Wolves.
Uh-huh.
And then we lost this week. You know what I'm saying? So, we were perfect up until last week. We had our roles defined, but then injuries happened, right?
Yeah.
So, and we're just kind of like piecing things together. So, at this point, really, we need to get healthy. We need to get as healthy as we can without Kevin De Bruyne, and to get back to what we were doing in the first few weeks of the season, right? So
I agree.
So that I think that's where we're at right now on in this season. I'm not hitting any panic buttons. I'm not going to make any exaggerated claims into like how we're going to do in all the other competition. I just think we should just keep this where it is in the Premier League. Still early in the season. The title is not slipped out of our hands, and it won't be that way for however long.
Yeah.
This adversity in this season, and it's happening now. I'd rather have it now than in February. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember the dog days of January and February of this beginning of this year?
Yeah.
When we just thought the world was ending,
Yeah.
and then we somehow came out of it and went in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
yes or no? Do you think this team is having a championship hangover?
Championship hangover.
Experiencing a championship hangover.
So I would say in terms of injuries, yes, we're having a championship hangover. I think there were a lot of residual injuries from pursuing the treble.
That's true.
As you can see with Kevin De Bruyne,
Yeah.
Jack Grealish, John Stones. There might be some residual injuries from that. But I think in terms of mentality, I don't think there's a hangover. I don't think the boys look like they're just like resting on the laurels with the treble.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are still as hungry as ever to win a Premier League and the next Champions League, which I think is a goal for them and for every
Sorry.
Spurs fan. Well, it is a goal for Spurs fans. They haven't won in a while, but
For real.
But City fans, right?
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think there is a hangover in the mentality. I think the injuries are definitely you could say it's like a hangover, I guess. What do you think about? What about you, Will?
Man, I mean, a hangover maybe, but we have a lot of new pieces this season. So I can't say that it's the same thing from last season, because not only are we working with a bunch of injuries, but we're working with new wingers, new midfielders, new defenders. So I don't know. It's we're just rebuilding again, dog. You know what I mean? We're rebuilding again, and we just gotta find the fine tuning to this machine we call City. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to get better, dude.
And the thing is, though, is that we had a thing going in the first few weeks of the season, like the first few games. We had something going. It seemed like even though there were some major omissions and losses from the squad, we were still playing well. But these 2 weeks are creating doubt for sure. But I think we're going to go through this adversity, but we're going to come out of it, and we're going to find a new identity for ourselves. And you would hope that Pep has learned his lesson from 21, 22 to not tinker with these lineups like he does.
Yeah.
But he needs to get the lineups right. You know what I mean? And I think we could all see that the subbing Alvarez was not the right decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was bad.
And so we can't just beat ourselves in that respect. And it's just and one thing too is Pep's just had a weird few weeks too. I mean, he got the touchline ban, right?
Yes.
So it's just what? It's just kind of he's not had a good few weeks, right? Pep, needs to set the example for the team, but he's himself had some emotional flare-ups, I guess.
Yeah. Ipkiss pointed out something very interesting about the game, that they didn't show him that much on the camera.
They did not. They usually show a lot.
They usually show him drinking his water or having that dry spit at the tip of his mouth. You know what I mean? Today he was just not. I think we saw Mikel Arteta the whole fucking. You know,
it was the new Pep.
Yeah, Pep Jr. But yeah, that's true. That's true. Fuck it.
So I'd like to bring up some of the results from around the league from this weekend. So Tottenham beat Luton Town with a red card 1-0. Spurs flying high in the top of the league. Fulham beat Sheffield United 3-1. Shout out Tony Khan. Chelsea beat Burnley 4-1.
Wow.
That was SmackDown. United beat Brentford 2-1. Celebrating like they won something with that game for sure. Everton beat Bournemouth 3-0. Brighton drew Liverpool 2-2. And then Wolves drew Aston Villa 1-1, and then we lose to Arsenal 1-0. So, are we watching any of these games, Will?
Fuck. I don't even remember.
I think the question is, have you bet any games?
No, I've been losing a lot of money this week, and that's been Bill's bets.
And that's been an episode of Bill's bets. So, definitely the race is shaping up. Spurs flying high. Arsenal still looking solid. Liverpool also looking solid. And so, hopefully City can turn things around. But we are going into international break. So because of the Euro qualifiers are continuing this week.
Yeah.
I don't have England's schedule right here in front of me, but that means no football. Wah, wah. You know
Whack.
what I'm saying? Whack. But when we come back, we play Brighton at perfectly decent size, so we can preview that match. So, what do you think of Brighton? What do you think of this going into this game?
We can't count these guys out because we gave them a good praising this goddamn season and last season too. So, man, this is tough to say after seeing these 2 losses in a row, bro. 2 losses in a fucking row. Oh man, I think this is the match for us to shake this, to get the bad taste out of our mouth and fucking get back to these winning ways that we know. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a tough game, dog. But that's what I said. That's what I said about the situation that's going around right now. We're in 3rd place, okay? We're in 3rd place, and we're seeing teams like Spurs in 1st and Arsenal fucking winning us right now in the race. This is when we're going to get the best out of Manchester City. Because if there's one thing we do is we like to fucking play under fucking these kind of circumstances. That's why we're called the second fucking half City. Because we always get punched first if somebody scores. But once you punch us, we're going to beat the shit out of you if we get back up. And we're going to do that this week with Brighton.
Second half City.
Yes.
But
take a shot.
It's going to be about a week and a half before we play a game again, which is good for us in terms of healing from injuries.
Yeah.
We're going to get some time off. Some players are going to get some time off. Some players are still going to be playing for the national team. That's okay. But, they get some time off away from the Premier League. They're going to rest up, come back, and then play Brighton, which is going to be not an easy game.
Yeah.
But a game that we can win. And I need to verify if that's away or home. But it's a game that can win. They can win. They're gonna get a run for their money, but we just need to take these next 2 weeks.
We're at home.
We are at home. Okay?
Beautiful.
It's so a perfect situation to get back to into a winning swing, right?
Yes.
And that we'll look back on this in December as just kind of a hiccup point, right?
Yes.
we lose the Wolves, we lose the Arsenal, but we're still flying high in the league. So, Will, what kind of lineup were you going to be playing when we come back against Brighton?
I know this. I know against Brighton,
Hove Albion.
Brighton, Hove Albion. Dog, I'm expecting for sure this one. Jeremy Doku, we got to start that. The reason that he looks so fucking weird today is because he came in when everybody was tired, and even I said, dude, he's doing too much. Why? Because he's not fucking. He didn't look paired up to any fucking player on the goddamn pitch. So this week we should fucking start him against Brighton. Mateus Nunez. Okay, fuck it. Let's go with the 11. Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland. Fuck man, what's up with Erling Haaland, dude?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Jesus.
that.
Yes, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden. Back two would be Nunez
and Kovacic, right?
Yes, Nunez
It's about
and Julian Alvarez.
Okay.
3-2-4-1.
All right. Yeah. So 3-2-4-1. So for me, that would be Ake, Diaz, Gvardiol, Walker. Well, let's just do it back four then. 4-2-3-1. I think is how he's been playing.
After all these mistakes, you're gonna start Ake?
That's a good question. Do I start Ake?
That's
Do you start Ake? Would you start Ake in the next game?
hell no. You know who I would give?
Who?
Because he hasn't fucked up yet? Mario Gomez.
You think so?
Yes.
Sergio Gomez.
Sergio Gomez. Sorry. Who the fuck is Mario Gomez?
Have we talked
That's a
about
German
Jack?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Have we talked about Jack really? Shout out.
I mean,
He's being conspicuously absent.
yeah.
That was just something I mentioned previously about where's Jack Grealish, you know what I'm saying, and all this mix up.
But with Jeremy Doku, you don't really. I don't want to say you don't really care, but you're just like.
I think
Doku, you know what I mean?
I think there might be some injury concerns with Grealish. I think that he's still kind of tender, so I think there might be an injury concern. That's why you might not have played this game. You know what I'm saying? Because he is coming off a thigh injury, so maybe some tenderness and just kind of being on the safe side. That's why he didn't play this game. You know what I'm saying?
Now that I'm thinking about it, why would we throw in a fucking injured John Stones?
Maybe so he can get something going moving forward. Defensive
Well, I mean,
substitution
look at the
that-
That's
result
not the
of that.
game. That's not the game to do it though. Yes.
Yeah, that's the result. Look at the result we got because of that.
Yeah.
We made so many goddamn weird mistakes. So many weird mistakes. But we're talking about Brighton right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But dog, yeah, with the likes of Jeremy Doku, I'd rather have Jeremy Doku right now.
I think I'd start with Gvardiol on the left. Gvardiol, Kanji, Diaz, Walker.
Kanji?
Yeah.
Where the fuck has he been?
He's not injured. But Kanji can play left side. Could be a left side center back. Kanji at left side center back. Diaz at right side center back. Walker, Kovacic, Nunez, Doku, Alvarez, Foden, Holland.
That's what we should have had today.
Yeah, that's our best 11 at the moment.
Yes.
So, yeah, we've been kind of playing a 4-2-3-1, and Alvarez is like a shadow striker, attacking midfielder who takes our set pieces.
Yeah.
I think that's the lineup that needs to be out there, and then everything else is just a substitution, right?
Yeah.
And then, we can think separately about the Champions League, but for now, like in the Premier League, I think that's the best starting 11.
Yeah.
So you want to make a prediction now or wait?
Let's do it now.
Okay.
Let's do it now. And let's start off with Ivkis. What do you think is the score is going to be for this match, against Brighton?
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
okay, we'll get
My offer. No.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You don't need to doubt yourself.
I know. I'm like, I feel like they're gonna use. They lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
City. Yeah, they're gonna use
And
that
we're
as
playing a good
motivation.
team.
Like we can't lose 3 in a row, or else there's like semi-panic mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not a fire sale yet, but.
Yeah. What about you,
panicking.
Alex?
I'll say 3-1.
I was gonna say
Who is it?
3-1
You're
too.
gonna go with the safe bet. Our
Yeah.
safe bet. Our Hollywood Kippax safe bet is 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
3-1.
Who's gonna score?
Holland brace, Alvarez set piece goal. Evan Ferguson scores 1 for Brighton.
Are they playing at home?
Yes, we're playing.
Oh
at home.
yeah. Well, they're gonna have that extra.
Yeah. Damn. Erling Haaland with the brace. You're.
He needs to do it.
It's about time.
It's about damn time.
It's about damn.
Lizzo was at the Incubus show on Friday night. You can make sure she made a good experience. So
That's tough.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
God damn it! I'm just gonna hold back my comments for this podcast. No, but okay. I say 3-1. Mateus Nunes, Jeremy Doku, and Phil Foden, from one each.
Okay.
One each.
Plausible.
Yes.
Very plausible scenario there.
Yes.
So, but
And Pep will be on camera more often in this game.
Pep will be on camera.
The Pep Cam.
What will he be wearing?
The Pep Cam.
Turtleneck.
So he'll sport rock his chest for turtleneck.
We missed that guy.
I think we did see him on camera once. I mean, I think we said something about his fit that but it was not good. It was not a good fit.
It was like the clearance section at Target or
It
something.
got so bad that we started rating our own coaches' fucking clothes.
Yeah, he was definitely like dad style, like in his 50s, like
Finished golfing.
Just
like,
woke up.
just like ill-fitting jeans.
Just
you
woke
know
up.
what I mean? And like it tucked in. No, I think it was like a heather gray turtleneck into like ill-fitting jeans. And not gonna lie, not one of his best moments.
What a bad description. Ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting.
No, you could tell it was laundry
it's
day.
bad. It's kind of loose-fitting.
Ill-fitting. Like you're sick.
Look what you wearing,
What made you put that on,
dog?
Oh my god.
But like, I just want to take this time to reflect on the live stream. Really, like,
Yeah.
there were some great moments in this live stream, and I just want to reflect on those moments. So like, shout out to everyone that joined the live stream on
Yes.
IG.
Yes, dude.
And the honorable mentions. I think the first one comes to mind is Scony.
Yeah, Scony.
Out of everybody.
Scony, the author of the Noel Gallagher book, joined the podcast.
Yeah.
I forget his name. I will mention him in the post.
Apologies.
Your brother?
My brother. Just to remind us that Spurs top of the league right now. And then what else?
Oh, bit of banter.
Bit of banter. Patrick and George joined the podcast.
Yes.
George was commenting throughout the game. I appreciate George's comments.
Appreciate you, man.
Hey,
Even though
he wants to be a City fan so bad. I know he does.
Yeah, he does.
I know he does, dog. I know he does. And we'll pull him. That'll be the goal for the season.
Yeah,
We pull him to be a City.
And we were talking about this on the podcast. We talked about this on Bit of Banter, but the offer extends to anyone here. If you're a fan of United, Arsenal, or Chelsea, and you want to become a Man City fan, if you become a Man City fan, follow us, give us a 5-star,
Yes.
subscribe. We will always treat you like you've been here since the beginning.
Since 2012, dog.
Whatever, since the beginning, right? We'll always treat you like that, right? This is always time
man.
to drop out, right? And then we were having this great debate on how your friend Scony, like how he became a United fan, and that he hasn't been there. since the
That's
beginning.
news to me, doggy.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
But all right, hey, like I said,
think-
you want to be a United fan? Go ahead.
I think it made him feel better to be like, oh, Ibkis, you weren't. How long you been a City fan?
Yeah, I was insulted by that too. I was like,
He's-
this guy's been my.
The difference
my
between me
guy
and
right here,
him
dude.
is
Yeah.
that he's never been to a United game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that.
But yeah, to say United, I mean, that's not cool to say, dude.
He never did a podcast.
Hey,
Obviously,
it's Scony. Also, I've never seen this guy before, but I'm totally looks like Chap Muska.
Not at all.
like
He's
a
dressed at all.
like a
He dressed like
paisa
him.
like a paisa chama.
Yeah. But
He's just a paisa now.
Probably. Yeah.
I want to give a huge
Probably.
shout out to all the Manchester City support groups that are on Instagram that actually tuned in and said what's up. We had somebody
from around the world.
India. We had
Hindi,
somebody
yeah.
from Mexico. We had somebody from
Oh man.
From Austria.
from Austria, which
Yeah.
is fucking cool. So I mean, shout out to everybody. We know this podcast is for citizens. You know what I mean? Real
Shout out-
citizens,
shout out
dog.
to shout
And
out
by
to-
citizens,
Shout out
I
to
mean
shout out.
Manchester City fans. you,
Not the other one.
you don't have to have papers to watch this, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Necesito papeles, güey.
I mean, just like we have a very much a worldwide audience, and
Yeah, it's getting good.
And as we always say in this podcast, like even the Man City podcast in America, there's a small ecosystem of Man City podcasts in America, and if I support every single one, if you're a Man City fan, and you want to start a podcast, start that podcast, and then we'll all support you, right?
And have us on it.
And have us on it, yeah. And have us on it. And then, so it was definitely a beautiful time, I'm just trying to remember all the funny moments of the podcast. You know what I mean? If I'm missing any inside jokes.
If you want to see those goddamn moments, go to our Instagram on Hollywood Kippax, Kippax, and you can see you can see our reaction of the Arsenal game, dude.
Yeah, the full reaction, and that's the same across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah.
And we were trying to go YouTube Live today. There were some technical difficulties.
Next one for sure.
But the next one for sure.
policies.
Yes, and we'll be doing this. We decided that we'll be doing it for Man United, the Manchester Derby.
Yeah.
So
Tony,
we will be back. Tony,
both of them.
Tony and fuck Scone. Tony right now because he said
Tonys.
I'm not down to get up at 8:30 in the morning for your podcast.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, you bastard. I'm gonna ask a real fan. So we're gonna have our homie Jason.
Why not homie Scony?
Scony?
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he knows two players' names, dude.
He'll probably come with churros or that.
Yeah, no, you'll love my homie Jason, dude. Yeah, another musician, another beautiful soccer fan, and it's gonna be a good time. So, I agree with us doing these more often.
Absolutely.
If we have these live reactions on Instagram, I would love to invite the opposing team or a fan to come in, and then it'll be fun that way. Yeah, because if they lose, then we get to clown the shit out of them.
At your own peril. But considering how we played, I mean, they'd be clowning us.
Yes, Oh my god.
So, hopefully these are not too many more moments. So, Will, is there any final thing you would like to say? Or Ibkis, anything you'd like to say, anything you want to get off your chest before we sign off?
It was beautiful to finally do this in person. It's been a year.
More than a year.
Yeah.
More than a year that we've done this on Zoom, and we finally got together to bring you guys this content. And I want to do this more often.
Yeah.
I want to do this more often. This is fucking fun. And, to have two of the coolest fucking dudes and fucking watch soccer and fucking drink beer and, you know what I mean? And talk to other citizens online. This is what it's about, dude. So, city, let's shape up and give us that fucking badass fucking content again.
Fuck it. If there's anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, it's just
the jersey.
So to go back, what I was saying is that it's just a little bittersweet to. I mentioned this in an episode back in the days, to see Alex pass by in the parking lot with a City kit, and I was like, man, that's sick. Everybody has fucking Real Madrid. They have some other fucking team. So we would chop it up all the time, and he put me up on Football Manager and all that, and I was like, man, that's dope.
Rochdale.
I had this like little weird idea in my head. Maybe I should introduce him to Fix.
Yeah.
And one day, both of you guys were in the parking lot, and I was like, perfect time.
Yeah.
And so speed back, the World Cup episodes, I became a dad, all this stuff. Like, we're becoming tight-knit. It's like a little family,
true.
You know what I mean?
That's very, very true.
And to have followers from Mexico, you guys could say the other places, like, man, that's so fucking cool. What an idea. What comes with an idea. And just cheers to the next 100 episodes.
Yeah, and all thanks to Manchester City.
Yeah.
The team we love.
Yeah,
especially winning the treble, within our first year as a podcast.
First year as a podcast, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We peaked. But we, this is just the coolest team to support, in my opinion. I've always maintained, this is the coolest fan base, coolest team to support. So once again, shout out to everyone that joined us on this live stream. Shout out to everyone that follows us on Instagram. Once again, you can follow us at Hollywood Kippax, Kippax, across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. This has been an episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host, Alex Millage. Join with me, as always, is Will Lopez.
Yes, sir.
Join with me sometimes.
The prodigal son.
But he's here. I should give him that credit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, we are at his spot.
Yeah, we really are. Yeah, no, shout out Ibkis for letting us use the studio.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I disrespected, but I'll apologize. So, all right.
It's all good.
Once again, this has been an episode of the Hollywood Kippax, signing off. Come on, City.
We got City
Come on.
versus
City.
Brighton October 1 at 7 a.m.
That's been October 1. It's already passed.
man.
It's October 21st.
Holy shit, I'm wrong. Come on, City.
Come on.
You know.
It's going to be biblical, man.
See you next week.
Cheers.
Peace.
Have a good night. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Oh man.
Yeah, man.